One of the most important and influential parts of our lives as humans is our government. They run our countries, they create laws to protect us, they're essentially the key to our society. Today we're going to be talking about the factor that governs life itself, Earth, its climate, everything, and that's the carbon cycle. Carbon is the foundation to life itself. Without it, we just simply wouldn't be here. It resides in plants, animals, humans, everything, but it doesn't just stay in one place. It travels in what we refer to as the carbon cycle. Essentially, the carbon cycle describes how carbon atoms move through different reservoirs on Earth. These reservoirs are the atmosphere, the soil, the oceans, the waters, living organisms, rocks, and even fossil fuels. An example of this would be when a plant absorbs carbon dioxide during photosynthesis, but it happens in many different ways, both fast and slow. Like when it stays trapped in fossil fuels for millions of years. That's much slower than photosynthesis. There are essentially two major things that help the carbon cycle go. One category of things are called sinks and the others are called sources. This is actually much more simple than it sounds. Sinks are things that absorb the carbon, like plants and even the ocean. Sources are the opposite of this, like the burning of fossil fuels that releases this carbon dioxide. So why is the carbon cycle so special, and why is it worth noting these things called sinks and sources? The answer is in balance and harmony. You have probably heard about the greenhouse effect. Well, carbon dioxide is one of the key gases in this effect. It can trap the Earth's heat into our atmosphere. This can be a good thing because without gases such as this, our Earth would be far too cold for us to survive. But as things like climate change are occurring, there's getting too many of these gases in our atmosphere, and that's making things really hot. We burn a lot of fossil fuels as humans. It's in our gas for our cars and much more. And since the Industrial Revolution, our use of it has only gone up. The more we use fossil fuels, essentially, the worse climate change gets. So it's important to be educated about the carbon cycle and understand how using carbon can affect our environment. Balance is always key for the Earth. Too little and we would freeze, too hot and we might die. Staying educated about topics such as the greenhouse effect and the carbon cycle helps average people like you and me stay informed on how we can help our planet. I know this may sound scary, but some simple ways that you can help do your part is by limiting your use of fossil fuels, protecting forests, and simply staying educated on topics such as this. The carbon cycle isn't just a bunch of fancy science language, it's a key to our future and a critical part of our life. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something. You can view my sources for this lecture here on the screen and more in the description. Thank you so much for watching.